let's do this. This is a nifty little trick. We discard the Voldaren Epicure into the graveyard, so that way when we attack with the Paladin, ba-bam, Epicure coming back from the grave. Queensbay Paladin. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Mana, and today we've got a juicer for you. That's right, we've got Vampire Tribal. Look at this pile. This is a pile. I mean, I guess we'll just get into it. I want to start with like the most underrated card in my opinion, the Queensbay Paladin. It is a one-of. As you'll notice, there are a ton of one-ofs in this little cute vampire deck. I just could not decide what to cut. So if you notice, yeah, we just got a bunch of one-ofs. Queensbay Paladin. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, return up to one target vampire card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you lose life equal to its mana value. Kind of sucks, especially versus like aggressive decks. So how can we kind of offset the life loss kind of with this thing? Well, we do have a lot of ways to gain life. We do have the Sanguine Spy. This is another little one-off. A new Capenna Vampire. Absolutely slept on. This card's not really played at all. It's got Menace and Lifelink. Sacrifice another creature. Surveil 1. It's not that great. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, you may pay 2 life if you do draw a card. So we do have to make sure that we are running like Duress. Duress really helps because otherwise we were just banking on the Epicure for like the 1-drops in your graveyard. But other than that, we do have like Olivia, Gets Command. We have a lot of different things. So in grinding your matchups, that can be relevant. Paying 2 life and then drawing a card with the lifelink. Again, the lifelink is pretty essential. We have Vraan Executioner thing, so that kind of brings us to our sacrifice outlet. We do, I don't know how to pronounce this. We have Bartolomé del Presidio. I don't know. That's just kind of how I'm going with it. So this is kind of some sacrifice stuff that you can just forcibly use with Vraan. And we also have the Urabrask Forge. There are a lot of decks. There's like mono black that can't deal with artifacts. There is you know, like mono white doesn't really run artifact hate. So there's a lot of things that we can have with the Urabrask Forge that it is kind of a win condition. They do have to be careful with it, and of course we can sacrifice it with our Vampire Knight here, and Vraan can also do that. Whenever it dies, we gain 2 life. So we do have a lot of things that we need to have for life, because life gain can be in trouble. Virtual Persistence also helps out with that as well with the Queensbay Paladin. Vito obviously with the sacrifice kind of goes along with the Urabrask Forge, Vraan, everything else. Edgar, another Silver Bullets, baby. I think Silver Bullets kill werewolves and Garlic is vampires, but ironically enough, we do have a lot of Silver Bullets of vampires in the deck. Edgar, this thing is just absolutely wonderful. I actually have the card sleeves of Edgar as well. Henrika, just some like more lifelink, which is nice because I've noticed that lifelink is definitely essential, and we are lifelink. We are vampires. We need to suck the life out of our opponents. So Henrika, welcome to the show. I do have Liliana. Liliana is just kind of needed because you kind of need it versus control decks. You just like against like Azorius control, you just kind of have to have like the discard action, the threat of Liliana. Otherwise, you just get swallowed alive, and it's just not that good. But like Liliana, running 3-ofs, I know it's kind of less fun because this is a vampire deck. But okay, Liliana, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Got the Castle Dracula, which is nice because it turns out blood tokens, Cavern of Souls, and the Bloodcaster can make bad tokens. Doesn't come up a whole lot, but blood tokens are really, really nice. And why are the blood tokens nice? With the Tarrian's Journal, sacrifice another artifact or creature. I have run this in Anvil. I kind of like it more in this deck because you can just sacrifice all those blood tokens and draw a card every single turn. So I really, really like this. And then you go for the Tomb of Aclazotz and then go for Vampire. So more finality counters with the Tomb of Aclazotz and the Queensbay Paladin. I think I've yapped enough. I love this deck. It's really fun. Probably not tier 1, obviously, just because it's, you know, whatever. But I think it's good enough to roll. I mean, you can definitely give it the good college try. Queensbay Paladin. Here we go, vampires, baby. Go and leave me a like. The button looks just like this. Helps out the channel tremendously. Consider joining the channel. That would help me out as a content creator, and you'd be financially supporting me. I would appreciate that. Get ready to subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Will, how's it going, Will? All right, so let's test your will. All right, let's see. I guess we're gonna go for Duress instead of the Epicure. I guess let's just see what we're playing before we drop the Epicure. Maybe that. Typically, I usually go for Epicure. I just want to take a look at what you got going on here. So we got the Wandering Emperor. We have Arena. I'm not gonna go for the Liliana the Veil. It's kind of redundant considering there's 2. So I guess we'll just take away the Emperor. But it is kind of close though. I don't really love looking at this Arena. That is pretty much like that's gonna be a lot of different. It's a lot of different value that they can get from that. Let's go for the Epicure. I think I'm gonna go for the blood token instead of going for Bartolomé. I think that's how you say it. But Yeah, let's do this. Just because we have got 3 lands in our hand, I think I might go for the blood token here. So, yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit of something juicier than what we got going on here. So a little bit too much land, so even more land, that's fine. Okay, we got the Queen's Ray Paladin, so that is going to be very, very irrelevant. Let's go ahead. I know it sucks because we have the Liliana's Veil. We're going to lose the War of, like, value here because every time we discard, they're just going to be able to, like, get a new card for 1 turn. For 1 life, rather, for the Phyrexian Arena. Not great. So if they do drop, like, the Trespasser, we're just going to switch it up, the Liliana, and just go for the -2. I'm going to swing in. I don't think they really have, like, haste or anything, but this Arena... Let's see, because we got rid of the Wandering Emperor, and we let them have the Arena. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that was a little short-sighted, but, yeah, Duress, we don't care about that. You can take a look at my hand, but you can't discard anything from my hand, so... That's kind of nice. We get them to burn a card. Sunset Revelry, really. I would have thought they would have gone for a Graveyard Trespasser. Well, yeah, I guess Revelry is better just because a Graveyard Trespasser gets bonked by the Liliana, whereas these little 1/1s do not. So now we gotta make a decision. Do we want to drop a land? Because or for Liliana, like, what's the sequencing for Liliana? Do we go for Bartolomé? I think again, I could be so wrong on that. I think we are. I don't know. Because they're just gonna accrue value with Phyrexian Arena anyway, but I think we're gonna have to just do it. Yeah, and then we can trade. If we do get an untapped land, we can just drop the Queen's Bay Paladin. Kind of sucks that we do that just because we have this 5-drop in our hand, but there is a possibility that we can just go for Liliana's -1. I'm definitely not attacking. Let's go ahead and block and just protect the Liliana, and then we can drop the Queen's Bay Paladin and retrieve one of these vampires that we are going to block with. That's fine. Okay, looks good. Sure. I gotta get Liliana. I think we're really gonna go for Liliana here. So let's go ahead and do this. And now, again, I don't know how to say it, but Bartolomé. I'm gonna say the Orzhov vampire for the rest of it, just because I don't want to botch this too many times. So go for the throat. I don't know why they didn't go for the throat beforehand. Well, I guess I kind of know why. But we do get, oh my god, we get very, very lucky. Let's get a Haunted Ridge and the Queen's Bay Paladin. This card, I like this card a lot. Vampire Knight, it is a vampire, even though it doesn't kind of strike you as a vampire. And I think, should we go for the Epicure or go for the Orzhov vampire? I think we're going to go for the Epicure, just because it does give us a blood token to kind of work with. So, this Liliana...
Drop it.
Oh my gosh, and like I said, I was going to say, we don't know what else they have, so they do get 2 more cards that we're not familiar with. But this Trespasser doesn't help them right now. And there is a good chance that how did we do that? Like, I can't believe that Liliana, there's a potential that we're going to ultimate Liliana. Yeah, let's go ahead and double block. Absolutely no problem with me. Double blocks. I think we're going to ultimate Liliana here. Okay, Graveyard Trespasser. It does kind of suck, but we still have, well, actually we don't, because there's a finality counter on it. We get another Epicure. So here's a cool little trick here. Well, I mean, let's just kind of count them out. It is always better to have even rather than odd for Liliana's ultimate. But let's go ahead and ultimate Liliana. And let's hit you. Yep, let's just do it right away. Don't even want to risk it.
Normally, I'm the one who chooses.
Let's put the pressure on them. If they want to keep the Phyrexian Arena, which I think the Arena is the biggest problematic thing, we're going to give them a colorless land and a white land. So they're going to be completely devoid of black. If they want to keep the Arena, which is probably their most prized possession, want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, 2/2, 2, and then 1/1/1. So if they want to keep Arena, which is the best card, Plains, and a Field of Ruin. So they have no black going into this if they keep the Arena. Alright, choice is yours, Will. Let's test the Iron Will. I told you we were going to do it. I told you. Okay. It's not the easiest decision, so I don't really mind a little bit of a roping here. I mean, okay, so they do it. Wow. And they have no more black. Let's do this. This is a nifty little trick with the Queen's Bay Paladin. I'll show you a thing or two. So we've got the Restless Vents, but we discard the Voldaren Epicure into the graveyard, so that way when we attack with the Paladin, bam, Epicure coming back from the grave. Queen's Bay Paladin. You know what? This thing deserves a special little shout out. Phyrexian Arena goes through. Yeah, so this Arena is a little nerve-wracking. I do have the Restless Vents for added damage, but like they do find a black source, which kind of sucks. And we can do the same exact thing. Blood token, put away the Epicure, and the Queen's Bay Paladin is going to get another Epicure from the grave. You know, why is this better? Unless they go for the throat. Oh, Edicts. Oh, that's okay. We can just kind of get rid of the Epicure. Yeah, I mean, if they had spot removal, that'd be worse. But the Edict, we can just play around that. And why is this better? So we're going to go for the Blood token, and the Restless Vents is going to fix up our hand as well. So the Queensbay Paladin does this, and we can even get, if we don't like this, okay, Forge is going to work pretty well. I was about to say, because even if it was another land, then we have another Blood token, and this is looking really good. Phyrexian Arena is just going to bleed them out eventually as well, so I have no idea how, I mean, this whole match, like, didn't feel that good, but the victory feels good. Okami, how you doing here? How you doing here? Got another Queensbay Paladin. Really, really liking that card. It is a little slow going, but if you get it going, it is very, very good. So Duress, let's see if they Duress my Duress, or they're gonna take away the Journal. They do take away the Duress, which, okay, let's go ahead and set up the vents here. Kind of sucks with these Shattered Sanctums, but like we're not really like an aggro deck anyway, so Dreams of Steel and Oils, they're going full-blown discard here. And that's an artifact or a creature, so they could take the Journal now if they wanted, but I would think they would probably take a creature. But which one? Don't take my Queensbay Paladin, I was just talking it up. I have no idea which one they're leaning. Oh, okay, so we're gonna take the okay. That's not that big of a deal. I'm actually only running one of those, but this Cavern of Souls, very, very nice. So we do get an untapped land on turn 2. So Cavern of Souls, let's go ahead and call out Wizard. No, I think we'll go for Vampire. But let's go for the Journal. This Journal is really, really good, man. Yeah, this Journal is just a like really, really good card. Staff of Completion. Okay, speaking of good cards, speaking of good artifacts, okay, Staff of Completion. They're gonna get rid of my Sanguine Spy. That is so rude, but okay. I guess we'll just drop the Restless Vents. We can't really do anything else. Yeah, I'm not gonna flip this. If we drop this, we could go for discard your hand, and then we could flip the Journal. But I don't think that's the move. Not with the Queensbay Paladin. I think we're just gonna have to pray that we draw into something else. If we don't, so they're just going straight for the staff. Pay for life, draw a card, but they miss a land drop there. So we are both apocalyptically slow. We could go for the Restless Vents. I'm not going to do that. I'm assuming they probably have some form of removal if they didn't drop anything, so I don't want to remove my land with like a Go for the Throat or something like that. Doesn't seem worth it. Alright. Phyrexian Arena. So this is going to be another Phyrexian Arena match. Okay. That card is dangerous. The card is dangerous. Another Cavern of Souls, but at this point now we can play down the Queen's Paladin. Yeah, let's just go for it. Queen's Bay Paladin. I really, really like this card. We don't have anything to reanimate with it, so that kind of sucks. But if they don't kill it, obviously, we could play a creature, go for the Journal, and then swing, because every time it swings, we get the creature back too. So Sheltered, unfortunately, we're going to lose the Paladin. Things are looking a little yucky here, but we do have Vraan, okay. They are down to 7 life too, so we have to be, I mean, they paid a lot of life with the Arena and the Staff. The only thing with the Staff is they can destroy their own permanent here, so they can get rid of the Arena eventually. So that's not, we can't bank on that as a win condition. So let's go and swing in, do some damage with the Restless Vents, and I think I'm gonna go for Vraan, and then we're gonna use the Journal on the Restless Vents because we already have another Restless Vents too. That's gonna do them 2 more damage. Okay, Duress, and then the Phyrexian Arena is gonna deal them 1 more. So this match did kind of go a little bit strange. It's not over, but like, I mean, we do have a win condition at least. If they're gonna take their staff, they're gonna kill the Arena, I'm sure. I mean, why else would they? They're not gonna just bleed out here, I wouldn't think. Or they might do another turn, but this Demolition Field is gonna take away the Restless Vents, which isn't great. I'm gonna see here. If they get rid of Vraan, and we could just draw into a creature, like they still have to remove Vraan, or we have lethal. Go for the throw, so they do, but we can go for Gix's Command to retrieve the cards into our graveyard. So, we could go for Queensbay Paladin. We do get a Haunted Ridge, which actually isn't that bad. So let's do this. Let's drop the Haunted Ridge. I guess we might as well Duress. There's really no reason not to. We can still go for Gix's Command as well. So let's go for Duress. And I don't. Oh, an Ashiok. That's actually. Oh, so the Bitter Triumph is actually an instance. So let's go for the Gix's Command. We're gonna have to sacrifice you, and we're gonna get our Vraan and Paladin back. Now I am a little bit nervous here because I didn't take away the spot removal. So if they go for Vraan, we can only do this as a sorcery. Let's see if they're up for the task here. So let's go for the staff. I'm sure they're going to pay 1 life, kill the Phyrexian Arena. Kind of sucks, but if we just top deck into like a Voldaren Epicure or another creature land, they might be in trouble. But the thing is here, so if they're going to go for Aclazotz because they're thinking they want lifelink. But now, they can't go for the staff. And we're going to win this game. We're going to absolutely steal this. Let's drop you, and then I'm going to go for Vraan, and the game's over. They only have the Myrics open, and they can't activate the Staff of Completion to go for the spot removal. So Vraan's going to come out, and this game's over. This game's over. Oh my gosh, with the journal, let's go ahead and kill you, and Vraan's going to activate, and like I said, they can't activate the staff. They have no more life to give. We're going to hit him with Vraan, Executioner Thane, and that is a good time. Let's go. That was a good one. DT bros, how we doing here? So we got the Epicure and the Journal, which is typically how the combo kind of works here. So let's go call it Vampire, obviously. Get our Epicure. I don't want the Sulfurous Springs and the Cave. We do take damage from that, and I don't like damage. I don't know what we're playing against. So I see red, so that means we made the right decision. And another Cavern of Souls is going to work out pretty well. So we just got to decide, do we want to go for Cavern of Souls? I think we do. You drop the Journal, but I think just going for the Harvester is a little bit better. And not having to pay for the Bloodtithe Harvester feels pretty gosh darn good. And then we can go for, well, I guess we can just go for another Harvester. So mono red, I'm assuming it's mono red. Not playing anything on turn 1 or turn 2 is very, very suspicious. So there's a lightning strike. Okay, so that's a little bit more their speed here. So I was gonna say, they can't just play nothing on the first 2 turns. What kind of mono red deck are you? So I guess I probably am going to use one of these blood tokens and get rid of one of these lands. Squee. Ooh, okay. Do we want to kill? Do we want to block the Squee? I don't think I do. Let's take the Harvester and block just a little 1/1. And I think we're kind of beating them in the race here. This is typically not that aggro-y of a deck, but I think in this case we have kind of the lead here. And we get a Henrika. That is wonderful. And a Sanguine Spy. Things are looking very, very good here. So I think we're just going to go for... let's go for Henrika. We do have to do this before combat, which is unfortunate, so we can't swing in with the Voldaren Epicure. That's fine. As long as we get rid of the Squee, that's pretty good. Down to 14 to go, and we're looking very good. So the Henrika, it always is a catch-22, so if they have another... I was just about to say that, DT Bros, you beat me to the punch. I was going to say, the problem with, if you transform Henrika, it turns into a 3/4 with lifelink, which basically, I don't want to say it shuts off aggro, but it comes close. You pretty much win, like, because they can't lightning strike a 4 toughness creature. We got rid of the Squee. It is what it is. We still have another form of lifelink with the Sanguine Spy, so it's fine. Like I said, yeah, I think we still made the right move, but yeah, getting that that lifelink is so nice. Mechanized Warfare. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, I am not that... I've never been a fan of the Mechanized Warfare. I think it's very underwhelming, to be honest with you. But I'm glad to see my opponents play it. Let's swing in here. I want to get my Sanguine Spy. Yep, let's do this. Bang, bang. So here's the thing. With Liliana of the Veil, I checked my graveyard. I know that we don't have a 3-drop, so if I go for Liliana of the Veil, we have no 3-drop. So if I go for discard a card and discard my other Liliana here, I can draw a card with the Sanguine Spy. Excuse me. So that's kind of what I like about the Sanguine. I know like paying life to draw a card may not seem like the smartest thing to do versus like mono red, but we have 14 lives to... Ooh. And the Festivities is going to kill the Harvester. So I guess we take the Sanguine Spy. This is what I like about it. Sacrifice another creature, and we were going to get to Surveil. So the creature's going bye-bye anyway. Epicure, I guess it's okay. I don't hate it. I guess we can keep the Epicure. So if they swing in on the Liliana, they die, but we keep the Sanguine Spy. So the Sanguine Spy definitely pulling her weight here. I definitely like that.
A delay, nothing more.
Can go for the Journal, Epicure, Reckless Impulse. Did they drop their land? I think they have not. Okay. Not looking too bad here, though. We're going to go for the Journal, so let's go for Epicure. What I love about the Epicure, well, obviously, I like a lot about it. It just gets you more blood tokens, but the Journal, and we can just swing on in. We're going to get that delicious, delicious, essential lifelink. We are vampires, after all. I'm surprised there's not more vampires with lifelink. You think that'd be a little bit... I feel like that was a little bit more prevalent in like the Innistrad thing, but with the Journal, I think we're going to discard our hand, because we don't have a hand. And then we're going to get the Tomb of Aclazotz, and then we're going to be able to play cards. So, I think that's a little bit better. It is tempting to just go for the blood tokens, but the blood tokens we can use to just like fix our top decks, so I'm not that worried about it. So I think we are oh, they don't swing with Squee, so they can't because we could have just Leaf on the back end here. So let's go for the journal. Ooey gooey. So let's oh, I probably should not have done that. I probably should have just left that land in my graveyard, or I was going a little bit too fast here because now I can't use the blood tokens, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's go for Henrika again. I don't think we will make the same mistake. Like I said, yeah, we dropped that land where we could have used blood tokens instead. Kind of unfortunate that I'm stupid, but don't play like me. Do as I say, not as I do. And at this point, I'm going to Transformer because, yeah, I know that they have mechanized warfare, so technically, you know, they can still get us on that front with a lightning strike because of the mechanized warfare. But at this point, they're pretty not great here. And let's go ahead and use the Sanguine Spy. And let's go ahead and get rid of the Cliffs. So, I mean, we don't use the blood tokens in that regard, but it's fine. We still get to use a Sanguine Spy and fix up our next draw. And we're going to go up to 12. And now Henrika has Death Touch and Flying. So, even if they did have what? I mean, they'd have to have a lot of firepower here. Another Mechanized Warfare. And I think the game's over. Even if they swing in here, we can just take it. Even if they had something else, we have Lifelink once again. So, let's block you. And we're just going to take our lifelink, and they're going to give us a good game. They know it's done, but yeah. Let's go ahead and give them a good game. Get that delicious, delicious lifelink. And our lifelink vampires just going to take it. Lifelink for the win. La Mama. La Mama? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that little squiggly at the top of the A, though. But let's go ahead and mulligan. I guess we'll give ourselves a friendly mulligan hello. And I guess we'll keep this. Better off a little bit too much land, but that's okay. We'll go and put that away. And I guess we will just drop the Epicure. Sometimes, I don't even know. Sometimes I go for Epicure first. Sometimes I go for Duress first. If we're on the play, I guess we'll do something more aggressive. If we're on the draw, I guess we'll go for Duress. But don't think it's a big deal either way. Don't really love seeing red. I guess we're going to go ahead and pay the 1 for Duress. The Abandoned Mire could give us something later. So I guess we'll pay the 1. And just go for Duress instead. Monstrous Rage. Okay, well, at least we know what we're playing against. And, yeah, swing on in. I don't really want to chump block with the Bloodthirsty Adversary, so I guess we'll take 2 here. That's fine. Yep, Adversary. Pretty normal. And, I mean, their hand's a little bit underwhelming. I mean, I think we can kind of handle what they have in their hand until they draw some more stuff. 17, 18. I guess I will use this blood token. We don't really need 2 Cavern of Souls. Sure. Ooh, there's an Olivia. Okay, so okay, so this game's gonna be kind of weird. I can already tell this is gonna be a weird one because I'm gonna want to. Yeah, we're gonna have to get this forge down. Yeah, it's more mana efficient. We do have to pay, which is not great, but I think we're gonna swing in with both because I don't really want to chump block. And we're gonna lose this token here, but getting the forge going does feel pretty good. Let's see if there. Most red decks don't run a braid. A braid does kill like the artifact. We could get rid of the forge. Yeah, I think getting just down the forge is going to be the best way to do it. Because with this vampire, remember I'm calling it the Orzhov vampire, I think that's going to be the way to do it here. So let's go ahead and set up for Olivia. We're still 2 turns away from being able to drop Olivia. Best case scenario, so that kind of sucks. And I think I'm going to swing in here. And now we can go for Bartolomé and just get up to a 3-2. And if worse comes to worse, that's kind of why I have like this sacrifice little outlet here. Worst comes to worst, we can block off the Epic. Okay, well, actually, there we go. We can block the Epicure, take the Epicure, block the Feldon, and then do it. We're going to have to do this. If they have the Monstrous Rage, I think we're just going to have to eat it. So, Feldon doesn't take damage, and we can kill the adversary. That is wonderful. Like I said, we take a pretty big risk there, but we are down to 10 life, and if they have the Monstrous Rage, we have to just take it. So that actually works out very, very well. Okay. Harvester. Okay. Kind of like the Harvester. I probably am going to take this blood token, depending on the next turn. Probably going to have to get rid of Olivia. Olivia's a little bit too slow. So maybe we're going to use this blood token. But let's attack with the 3-1. Maybe we should attack with both. I mean, if we... This is a little greedy. This is a little greedy. I'm actually thinking about doing this. Let's actually attack here. I can sacrifice my blood token. for even more power, we're going to try and race mono red, which I know they have this Hydra dragon in their hand. We'll take them down to 6. Sacrifice you, 6/4. I know they can like chump block, most likely with the Feldon, so they can dig deeper into their deck. But with the Forge, the alternative there was going for the blood token, getting rid of the Olivia, and then just seeing if we could get something else. But with this flyer, I think this is going to be how they win. So I kind of want to race them. Yeah, just because this thing is in the air, I think we had no choice but to do this. And things are not looking great. They're going to swing with the 4. Oh, really? We're going to need some help here. If we get removal, I think we could still win, though. Oh, and a land. Oh, but look, if we would have taken the blood token, got rid of the Olivia, dropped this Cliffs, I still don't think we would have won. So they have lethal in the air. The Urabrask Forge, we're going to have to just swing out. Maybe they sneeze. Maybe they sneeze and they click no blocks instead. But I think this game's going to be over. Yeah, because if we go for the blood token and then we would have blocked the Feldon, they still have this Devastator in the air. And in the air don't care. We can't really do anything about that. Well, I mean, okay, well, maybe they, like I said, maybe they are just, maybe they're just incoherent. Maybe they're just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we were just hoping they're just sneezing really hard, and they just like didn't do the math correctly. But they do the math correctly, and I think we're just gonna, yeah, just one off of being available for Olivia. We're just gonna give them a good game, but GG's. Cow with hat. Cow with hat. What a friggin' name here. My goodness. Alright. So we got Cow with hat. And don't have any land here that we can play on turn 1. But that's okay. Well, we can play them. We just can't untap them. But we are on the draw, rather. So I'm not really worried about like curving out as much. So Virus Beetle. Okay. Discard a card. Virus Beetle. Interesting. I guess, do we want to go for Duress? I guess if they're running, well, I don't really want to get rid of Duress. Because if they have discard, Liliana is very, very relevant, and they can just play it. Well, I guess we'll get, I don't know. I guess we'll get another Duress. We actually don't even care. Okay, so I don't know. We're just kind of clicking buttons here. So no Liliana, but we do have a Beseech the Mirror, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. I don't know. I don't really know where we sit here. So discard, but they don't really have a whole lot else going for them. I think if they drop another Virus Beetle, I don't think that's that big of a deal. But what do we discard from here on out? I think I'm going to get rid of the Epicure. It does kind of suck our turn 3. We can't go for Vraan and an Epicure or the Orzhov. I think we'll get rid of Vraan. I'm not really that worried about life suckage. Sucking the life because... Yeah, let's go get rid of Vraan here. Especially if they have a Shelly or something like that. So now we got a Forge. Alright, let's forge some signatures. And I don't think they have a really good way to deal with this. I actually was explaining this, I think in yesterday's video, where in Golgari, mono black can't deal with artifacts and enchantments, but Golgari can. So I think that's kind of why I like Golgari a little bit more than mono black with Terra Sunder. So Voldaren Epicure and like, this is pretty good. I mean, we're gonna drop our Bartolomé. I don't know how you say it. Feel free to roast me in the comments, but let's go ahead and swing in here. Maybe they waste their go for the throat on this little creature token here. I don't know. Maybe they got a little jumpy, but yeah, gonna go for the throat here. I guess we could, like I said, get rid of the token here, but it doesn't really matter. He's gonna sacrifice anyway. If they had something like cut down, we could like do you know, sacrifice all the stuff here, and it would have been a lot better. But Tithing Blade, that's not that bad. I mean, just getting rid of this Epicure is not that big of a deal. We do have Henrika. Henrika is wonderful. And again, with this Forge, are they going to miss another land drop? They are. They're going to miss another land drop. That's pretty rough. That's rougheroni and cheese, my friend. So, I think we're just going to draw a card. We are a little bit low in the land. Let's just draw. Let's just draw. Swing on in. And do we want to drop the Shattered Sanctum? Do I want to go for the blood token on the Mire? Or do I want to keep it? It's a little slower, but we're not really using this blood token. I think I'm gonna go for the blood, but they actually go for the throw. Ah, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I guess we'll take it. For the Olivia and the Mire, we can just snatch it back. But I think we're okay. With the Forge alone, we're winning this race. And they actually will need another black source. Oh, Gix's command just takes us out. Gix's command just makes this so freaking easy. Let's go for the Forge here. Swing on in. And this Forge is doing its damage. It's pulling its weight in droves. But the Gix's Command, I want them to kind of maybe go for a little bit, I know it is a little dangerous, considering they do have discard, but I want them to really overextend. I want them to play that Shelly before I do this. So, okay, Jadar. Alright, I think we're enough playing around. Let's go for the Abandoned Mire now, in case they got something else going on. And, I think we'll just get Henrika. I mean, that sounds good to me. I don't know. Sounds good. My turn, and now that they play down the Jadar, I think it's pretty simple. We're gonna have to go for the Gix's Command, and we got a little careful because they are playing discard. So if they go in for Duress and got rid of the Gix's Command, that would be pretty freaking bad. But are we being a little bit too greedy here? I think we can just play Henrika, transform it. We do get lifelink this way too. I don't know. I don't think we really have to play the Gix's Command. I want the, if they're gonna go for the Shelly, they don't have lethal on the back end here. They can't threaten for lethal here. Even with Mishra's Foundry, they'd have to have removal. Yeah, and it's just over. The Forge though. Shout out to the Forge. Meek90, how you doing here? Alright, looking like a pretty good hand here. Cavern of Souls, absolutely wonderful. Hello. We'll give him a hello. Give him a friendly mulligan, or not the friendly mulligan. This is just a friendly hello, I suppose. So. I'm so used to using the friendly mulligan hello for Tamio that I'm not even used to just friendly hellos. You just don't see that hospitality around here anymore. So thank you, Mick90. Alright, Cavern. Let's have a little bit of a Cavern of Souls chat here. Come on, faces Caxans. Looking like we're going to go against either Boros or Mono Red, most likely. But we do have a little bit of life leak with the Sanguine Spy, so I do like that. But yeah, with the Cavern of Souls, I think Cavern of Souls, man, I don't know. I just, I mean, I'm gonna run it, obviously, but I don't think it was really that necessary for Standard, to be honest with you. I think it just kind of, like, I don't know, counter spells weren't that great, so to kind of butcher them that badly, I don't know. Maybe a little pessimistic, but like I said, I am not even, I play all different kinds of decks. Not like, I do play Control. I don't want to say I do or don't. I mean, I play a fair amount of Control, but I just don't think it was that necessary to print Cavern of Souls. I think it's really strong for Standard. That's just my opinion. But we're still gonna run it. Hey, I'll run it while we can. So Swift Spirit, if they, oh, okay, so this is actually nice that they go for the chick, because really, I mean, I'm okay with trading here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine with me. I will absolutely trade there. That makes no difference to me. So can't go for the Forge because we don't have a red. So I guess, you know, that is kind of one of the downsides. I think I actually would want to get the Forge down so that we can just kind of be aggressive, but no, the lifelink works too. Final Faces Cax, yeah, that is a genuine downside. So if we get the Forge down, I think I would prefer to put the Forge down. That would just be like, you know, just relentless damage. I think we could just kind of take over being the aggressor in the game. But now we have the Sanguine Spy. If they have spot removal, like a Lightning Strike, fingers crossed that they do not. I'm not blocking. Come on, okay. So I'm definitely not blocking with the Spy. We just need that lifelink. Oh, they always have it. They, like, that's the only card you can have. It's Lightning Strike. Oh, it's so frustrating. If you don't have Lightning Strike, the game is like over dang near. But alright, I guess we're gonna go for Virtue of Persistence, kill the Kamanu. I am gonna use this Blood Token. The Blood Token, I think we're gonna get rid of the Forge. The Forge has set sail. Hopefully we get into a land. Oh, oh no, they're being mean. They're being mean. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. They give us a nice. That is brutal. No land for us. We're gonna miss another land drop here. That sucks. And the Squee, I think at this point we're just gonna have to block the 1/1. I'm not really in the mood to chump block when we have the Bloodtithe Harvester. We need a land though. I mean, we're not gonna win this with no land. Okay, we got the Mire. But yeah, we missed that last turn. That might still prove to be a little too slow. Let's go for Harvester. And we got the Voldaren Epicure. And then maybe we have the Queensbay Paladin. The problem with the Queensbay Paladin is we do lose life. That sucks. Yeah, we're not. I'm starting to get real nervous here because if they swing off and they have a monstrous rage. Oh, okay, man. Shivan Devastator. This card has been seeing a lot of play lately. At least today, I've seen a lot of Shivan Devastator. Is this card coming back? Okay, let's get rid of the Squee. I know. I just don't know what else to do. We gotta get rid of the Squee. I know the Squee can just come back, but yeah, this game's over. Dang. Let's go for the Queensbay Paladin. I guess it's not over yet. Let's go for the Epicure. We're gonna have to lose 1 life, but I guess we can block this way. We're gonna take 3 in the air no matter what. Gosh dang. What you got? Oh, a sweep from your hand. Okay. Yeah. Block you, chump block you, and we're taking 5 exactly. Darn you, mono red.